Hey, so Paul McCartney, I guess he did DMT. You guys know what DMT is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dimethyltryptamine. So he said he did that and he saw God. And he wasn't like...
Is he the real McCartney?
Is he the real one? Yeah, he's not the
replacement. No, I said, did he see the real Paul McCartney?
Oh, shit. So it just got me thinking, right? David, didn't you talk about some kind of story where somebody was doing acid and it was like freaked out?
Somebody was me, and the person who freaked out was my friend. Yeah.
What happened again?
We dropped acid. Well, I got there like almost an hour later because I was given specific instructions not to bring any weapons, which I normally carry on me. So I didn't, first time I remember doing like hallucinogens or psychedelics, so I was like, fuck, okay. I went over there. They had already dropped. They were probably about 30, maybe 40 minutes in, and that's usually about the time where you start to really notice things. So, I took it, and I'm kind of like waiting around. The first hour is just you waiting. You're like, well, okay, all right. You kind of get in that anxiety. You're like, oh man, when's it going to kick in? Like, what's going to happen? I don't know. And then eventually things just start going crazy. You're like, wait, what?
So what kind of crazy stuff were they doing?
Well, Kenny, for one, they had made pizza before, and so Kenny wasn't, I guess we walked in the kitchen and he was just kneeling down looking at the pizza and just kind of poking it like this. Just staring so intently at it. And then he took out a slice of pizza and then he just kind of didn't eat it, he just ripped it in half and was just looking at it, like, in the middle of it,
That wasn't the worst one, though. Wasn't there somebody who freaked out way worse than that?
Farhad freaked out. Farhad, he actually, I don't know what he was. He took 2 tabs. I only took 1 my first time. Farhad had already done it before. So then, I don't know where Farhad got really religious, but he was like really like regretting all of his sins or whatever. He's like, hey, I need to repent. Can I repent? I'm like, dude, you can repent anywhere you want, brother. Eventually, what happened was he started like saying that he's like, oh, I gotta go. We're like, Farhad, you're not leaving anywhere. All our keys are hidden. You're not driving. You're on LSD. You cannot drive right now. And he's like, well, I gotta go. There's something. And he starts just panicking. And eventually, according to Farhad, he thought he died and had gone to heaven, or actually hell, rather. But it didn't help that I was wearing all black and then writing my entire experience on acid just in the corner of the room. So he thought I was actually death, scribing his name in the book of death. He was screaming for like 2 hours, dude. He's like, oh God, he's just crying, dude, like fucking panic. So here we are.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome to season 2, episode 6. Thanks for sticking around with David's fucking long ass story. If you want more of that story, tune in next week. I'm just kidding, David. So if you've never seen the show before, what we do is drink and talk like we would at a bar, but we're so far away, so we do it here. So I'm in Spokane, Washington. My brother Pierce down there is in Phoenix, Arizona. David's in Santa Ana, California. And our guest here, Mr. Burr Martin, is in, where are you again? Are you in Idaho or are you in Kennewick?
I'm in Newman Lake. I can throw a rock and hit Idaho. So.
Oh, there you go. So you guys may not know him by his name, but I assure you, you know who he is. I actually gave Pierce some images, and let's talk about this real quick. So this is something that you may have seen on your Facebook feed. So tell us about this a little bit, Burr. Pierce, I think I sent you a couple images of this. I think there's 3 of them.
Do you want me to go through them?
Yeah. So you were just so you were just messing with your daughter, right? And just decided to
pretty much. A lot of things happen when I am just bored. I sit home a lot because I have kids and no money, so I sit around bored. And she lives in Cheney, and so I thought I'd just kind of make fun of her. And a couple of them, I did just a couple of poses, but the one with the white tank top, my wife came home one time and she went for Walmart, throws me this white tank top, and she says, "Cassie's got a selfie you got to try and copy."
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, all right.
So is your wife the artist that's recreating these tattoos? Because let me tell you,
I didn't even notice the tattoo.
You did it yourself.
And I hate that one because when she takes a selfie, she reverses it, and I didn't know that. So I drew it on the wrong boob. Also, when I did this, I didn't know that was an app. So I went out to our tree and I ripped off a branch.
And you got some leaves for your head.
And then when I was done, I took off, like, God, my head itches really bad. And I look in the sink and there's like little bugs all over.
Oh no.
So that one is pretty intricate, but there's another one. Pierce, go to that other image I sent you real quick. There's another one on your stomach. Look, how did you do that yourself?
Oh my god, dude.
I just looked in the mirror with a Sharpie.
Wow. I mean, let me tell you, I did tattoos for like 5 years, and I don't even know if I could recreate that on my own stomach like that.
Well, you can't because you're tatted up.
Oh yeah, well I can't because my stomach's taken. That's pretty good.
I've had practice.
What, did it go viral after the first one, and then you did the second one, or like were you just kind of doing these already?
I did a couple of little stupid ones. She had one where it was like doing one of these, and so I did that, but. It was the white tank top one that I came home from work and my wife's eyes are like huge. She's like, "You have no idea what's been going on." And that's when we looked and we were on like 100 different websites.
I remember seeing it when it first came out actually. I was like looking through all of them. Freaking funny.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So during our intro, I kind of had to. I looked through your page a little bit to get a good photo of you for your intro, and I don't know if you saw, but it was you, and then it zoomed out and showed Patrick Warburton punching you.
I love that picture.
Yeah, David, you know who that is, right?
Who?
Hey there, Bonnie. Patrick Warburton.
Oh shit! That's Joe?
It's Joe. Joe. Hey there, Bonnie. Hey neighbors, where's your boat?
So you actually
no voice,
him,
David?
was
You're not
like
even gonna try one voice, David?
I'm trying to think of that line where he's actually where they're all being cops or whatever, and he's like staring, using binoculars, staring at his house, and things like, "But Joe, you're spying on your own house." He's like, "I know. Sometimes I like to pretend Bonnie's not my wife. She's a strange woman who lives there and looks like my wife. Get naked, you strange whore!"
Hey neighbors, where's your boat? A black ship. I mean, wait, shit, I fucked that up immediately. A boat's a boat, but the mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat. You know how long we want one of those. We'll take the box. So
I went
anyway,
to EmoCon and I was like, I hate the whole little, let's smile for the camera. I wanted something different, so that whole year, everybody that I met, I was like, pretend to just punch me like you hate me.
Yeah.
I saw another one. Yondu, he's choking me.
I saw one with you. Oh, what's the fuck? Why? I really wish I didn't have to ask you guys. From Star Trek. What's his name? The Asian guy?
George Takei.
Yeah,
George Takei. I'm so upset that I couldn't think of that on my own. I saw one with you and George Takei. He decided not to punch you. He was like.
It was like a month before he was happy about something, and so on Facebook he did this happy dance. So when I took the picture, I'm like, "Let's do your happy dance," and so that's us in the dance.
That's awesome. So the drink of the week was supposed to be Stella Rosa, and I'm the only one who has it right here. Ricky just brought it in because I left it in the freezer and it froze. So here's my drink. Pierce is currently not drinking any alcohol. Neither is Burr. How long have you not been?
I am drinking
2 weeks.
orange fizz in a Walmart bottle with tap water. So
Nice.
You really are plugging Walmart right now. David, what do you got?
Well, I also did not get the Stella Rosa. So I wanted to, but
because I said I'm the only one who has it.
We got family over here, and they parked behind me, and I'm like, I've been recovering all day too, so I'm just gonna go back to what killed me last night, Evan Williams.
I've never tried that.
It's not bad, dude. It's pretty good.
Jack Daniels.
This is a Kentucky bourbon whiskey, so then this is actually a pretty decent bourbon whiskey for really cheap price too. So like a huge handle like this is like $20. So.
All right. Well, I have a cheers anyway.
Wait,
okay. Here's to David getting his drink ready.
Well, I like it to be fresh, right?
I like
While
to
we're
party,
waiting,
so I like
shout
my
out
Jesus
to
to
our
party.
newest subscriber, Katie Newman.
Hello, Katie.
Hey, Katie.
Katie! Katie!
Katie!
Oh, fine, whatever.
Oh, what's up, George?
Hey, buddy boy.
So I talked about this off air, but so the reason why I even thought to reach out to Burr is because I went to a show called Hollywood Babylon, and if you know me well, you know that that kind of inspired me to start the show. I've always been thinking about it, but I listened to an episode and Kevin Smith was just like, just fucking do it. Like, he wasn't talking directly to me and he wasn't copying Nike.
But it was just that voice in your head?
But he just said it. So I was like, fuck it, let's just do it. So the beginning of this year, we started this podcast. And Burr was there, actually. And he went up and took a selfie with them. I should have gotten, actually, I'll get that and we'll post that up a little bit later. I'll pull that selfie right now. But Burr was there and I was like, holy shit, he's from up here. That's crazy. Because those of you who know me know that I'm not from up here. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Hey,
Dude,
by the way,
that's the reason I had a podcast. Is I was doing a little crappy thing every now. I was in radio for like 13 years.
Really?
And got let go because everything went computerized. And so I was like, I'm an attention whore. I need to talk more. So I started doing a podcast. And it wasn't going well. I had like maybe 10 listeners, and I was like, is this really worth it? And then I was listening to Smodcast, and he's like, yeah, we started with nobody. Just keep doing what you like. And so, yeah, now we're almost like 80 episodes in, and
Wow.
like,
Hell
screw
yeah.
it. Not.
How many episodes are we?
26?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think this is our 26th.
But dang, he had 10 listeners, man. That's 10 more than us. We're just talking on the wall right now. Oh, you ready now?
Yes, it's been ready.
All right. Live as long as you want, and never want as long as you live.
That's deep, bro.
Cheers, fellas. All right,
Cheers.
Pierce. I'm gonna send you over this image. I was multitasking right now. So on tonight's show, we have some celeb news, some reboots to talk about. Dave is going to talk about the Mandela Effect, like we talked about on the last episode. Some stupid people. What's new on Netflix and Hulu? I got some Spokane news because it gets crazy over here. Remember that one time? Burr is going to talk about his podcast, and then we're going to finish with Facebook memories. But first, let's talk about this. So, David and myself are the only ones drinking today, but did you guys hear that Star Wars Galaxy Edge is going to be opening in Southern California in Disneyland, and they're actually going to sell alcohol in Disneyland for the first time in 60 years. First time in 60 years. Here's that image, Pierce. You can go ahead and put that image up real quick.
First time in 6 years? I thought it was the first time ever they sold alcohol.
Yeah, 60 years as long as they've been open. Kevin Smith's on the right-hand side. There's my boy Ralph Garman, and then there's Burr right there in the center, in the back.
Oh, shit.
But, yeah, we were there during this show. Me and Ricky
Oh,
were
that's
there.
where you guys
And
met?
Actually, if you listen to this show... No, me and Ricky didn't meet there. Thanks for asking.
No, you and Burr.
But they actually read one of our emails too, mine and Ricky's. But,
Josh met her at high school.
Fucking awesome show. Yeah, she was in high school, not me.
Oh my god.
He was older than that. No, so Walt always said that he didn't want alcohol, even though he was a drinker himself. He didn't want alcohol to damage his
People more
heart.
anti-Semite.
But there was what was it called? The 33 Club. What the fuck is it called?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
There's some really exclusive club you could get in.
It's like 10 grand a year. There's only like 50 people or 50 members or something like that.
At Disneyland?
Club 33. Yeah, it's called Club 33.
Okay.
How can I RSVP to Club 33? You can't. A membership is required. That's what it says, like when I googled it. But yeah, Club 33, and it's right there in New Orleans Square, so it's right next to Pirates of the Caribbean. But they've been selling alcohol there, but they can't. They haven't been selling it in the park. But as soon as the new Star Wars land opens up in 2019, they're going to be selling alcohol there. So.
Dude,
Man, I can't wait to go and see people picking fights with Chewbacca. That'll be great.
Right? Now I don't have to sneak it in. I don't have to sneak my alcohol in a water bottle anymore.
Right?
I'm just kidding. I totally will. It's going to be expensive.
Maybe that's it. We'll sell beer, but it's going to be $30 a glass.
Right? Fuck! I went to Knott's Berry Farm and I think it was like $13 for like a tall can or something like. It was ridiculous. So that's why
$13 for a tall can.
Yeah, dude, it was ridiculous at Knott's Berry Farm.
Fuck that.
All right, so we talked about Disney. Let's talk about Warner Brothers for a second. Wiley Coyote movie has been confirmed. Have you guys heard about that?
What?
I know you liked Wiley Coyote, but yeah. You're fucking
I go over about like the Grinch went over.
What'd you say, Burr? I didn't hear you.
I think that's going to go over like the Grinch went over.
You think so?
Is it going to be animated or is it going to be like
live action?
So they haven't released a lot of details about it. They did say it's Coyote versus Acme, which I think is going to be great because he always buys shit from Acme. And they always fuck up on him, you know, like everything he uses is like an Acme fucking rocket and stuff.
That's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna sue them or something.
Yeah. All right.
But they don't have Jim Carrey wearing makeup.
You what?
Just as long as they don't have Jim Carrey wearing makeup.
Right?
I kind of want that.
They're doing they're making it live action. I don't know if you said that.
I don't know. It hasn't been released yet, but that'd be. I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
That'd be interesting.
There you go. Ding. Another episode. So Chris McKay, the director from Lego Batman, is going to produce this, and the Silberman brothers, it's silver with a B.
The silver, like a Filipino silver.
You need the silver? Am I on the camera? Where's the TV?
You like the jewelry? We have the silver one.
I guess they're guys that have worked on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, so both of them or all three of them are going to be working on it. So we'll see.
Nice.
We'll see. Are you guys a fan of Always Sunny, by the way?
Oh yeah.
I've only seen a little bit.
So the newest season 13, the newest episode just came out, and it's pretty funny. It's still pretty funny.
I hope so, because most of those were labeled "The Gang Disappoints Me Again."
Really?
Some of the last seasons were.
Yeah, that's true. The most recent season. So you remember, Mac was pretty fit, and then he got really fat. Well, in the newest season, he's super fit. So he's just like Rob McElhenney. Am I saying that right? I think so. Anyway, the creator who is also Mac. He's the creator of the show, and he got fat just because he thought it would be funny because they wanted to make fat jokes. That's the only reason why he gained so much weight.
I wish I had a job like that.
He cut all that weight.
How can that be your job?
Right? He was like
method acting.
He was on like straight donuts. He was just eating donuts at a.
I want to be the next Marlon Brando.
Sounds fun, actually.
But yeah, that sounds pretty cool. But there was this other thing in the news. Dave Grohl, you guys know who Dave Grohl is, right?
Yeah.
Fighters. So he lost his voice, and in the middle of a concert, he lost his voice.
So what did he sign language the whole thing?
And no, so he lost his voice and he had to go off stage. Same thing happened to Bono earlier that. Why did I write YouTube? Earlier that week, Bono lost his voice too.
The
so
same
both
venue?
of them lost. Huh?
Same venue or?
No.
I think out of the same glass.
So this is what happened. Dave Grohl later on released a statement saying, "That's the last time I ever make out with Bono."
So do you get a refund?
So yeah, they're actually rescheduling the concerts, but that fucking sucks because I know YouTube was U2
right now.
U2 was playing in like England, but some people travel long distances to go see them somewhere. You know, like if you go catch fucking U2 in Vegas, you probably don't live in Vegas. You're driving to Vegas. Right. So they're rescheduling for the same venue. So we'll see if they actually get their chance to watch him. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. He's got a good sense of humor, that guy.
Yeah, he's funny. Dude.
What can you do? Your voice is a muscle.
Yeah.
Goes out sometimes.
That's got to be scary as shit, though.
Oh, yeah.
As a singer, a person who, I mean, your entire career
Imagine a cappella groups.
Right?
Did you hear about Huey Lewis?
Huey Lewis? No, what's the news?
He lost,
hey!
He lost all his hearing. He can't hear anymore.
No
He's got to quit singing.
Oh, no.
That would suck.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. No.
I'm
kidding. Speaking of kidding,
Oh,
Pierce, what about that show, Jim Carrey's show?
So,
Burr just mentioned Jim Carrey and how he doesn't like him.
That's a good segue. Josh. I like that.
Good segue. So, I'm not going to give away too much about the show because I'm not a big fan of spoilers. But it's basically.
I think you're not going to give away too much because you didn't watch too much of it and you don't know. You don't know what
I watched the
about.
first episode. That's all that was released. I think the second episode comes out today or already came out today, but it gets released on Sundays.
On Netflix?
It's on Showtime. But I think they've just been releasing the episodes as they come out on YouTube, so I watch it on YouTube.
Oh, nice. I was like Showtime with your rich ass.
Right?
I guess you could describe it to me.
Basically, he plays like a Mr. Rogers type character, and he goes through a lot of like tragedy in the first episode, so you kind of just like you're not really sure what's going to happen to him, what's going to happen to this character who's like a really, really nice guy and thinks positively about everything and then has to deal with tragedy. So it really remains to be seen what's going to happen, but, you know, it seems like he's either going to, like, persevere through it or just lose his mind. Like,
so it's kind of like a Pagliacci thing.
I don't know. It's very dark, for sure.
You got that reference, David, didn't you?
Pagliacci, the clown?
Yeah.
I remember hearing about that in
Watchmen.
Yeah, The Watchmen.
Yeah.
It's definitely very dark.
The sad clown.
Is good joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good joke. Everybody laughs. Everybody laughs. David, do you remember that whole quote?
Not that whole quote, no. Shit, no.
But you guys should definitely check it out. I started watching it and I was like halfway through and I had to go to work and like I really didn't want to put down my phone. I like wanted to watch the whole thing, so I watched the rest of it on my lunch. It was like
I thought you were gonna say fuck it, I'll be late.
Yeah.
Almost.
I thought he was watching while he was driving to work. He's like, yeah, okay. I can do this.
Almost made you quit your fucking job. Oh hey, this is a really good segue. Speaking of quitting your jobs, I didn't do that on purpose, I promise. A Japanese there's a Japanese company that will quit your job for you.
How do they do that?
So they'll either go in person or they will communicate with them over the phone. But get this, they will quit your full-time job for $450 or your part-time job for $360. And a repeat customer saves $90. So they pay $360 even if it's a full-time.
How are you going to get that kind of money to pay them if you're always quitting your job?
I don't know.
I can pee on my desk and do it for free.
Yeah, right. I could just fucking freak out and get fired and just collect unemployment.
Oh man, but so I guess it's different in Japan though.
Yeah,
like so,
it's all about
etiquette. Etiquette, of course, calls for a letter of resignation, like it typically does here. But for departing employees, they typically have to give out an assortment of gifts on their last day to appreciate their coworkers in Japan.
And it's shameful. It's shameful to quit your job there.
Yeah, they seriously are like lifers. If they take like a job at a firm, they're lifers. Like they're supposed to stay there forever.
Yep.
So they use this company.
Blood in, blood out.
What'd you
like
say?
He's got to stab himself. It's blood in, blood out. Over
Yeah.
It's like knife goes in, then got to come out. That's what Osaka Seafood Concern is all about.
But yeah, I guess they're doing it because not only because it's disgraceful, but to kind of stop the employers from begging them to stay. Like to try to convince them to stay. Yeah. So this company just goes in, they quit. They don't talk about anything like severance. Severance will be figured out later with the employer, like through email or whatever. But yeah, they quit your job for you. I think that'd be great though. I think we should start that.
Sorry, you lost me when you said when they beg them to stay. I've never had a job.
So let's talk about. Have you guys ever quit in a creative way?
Oh yeah.
Not in a creative way. Shit.
Let's hear it.
I have.
Let's hear it.
So years ago, I tried to sell vacuums. Those rainbow vacuums that are like
this job sucks.
Yeah, damn it! I was gonna say I heard those vacuums suck. Damn it, Dave.
They're terrible. So I wasn't selling anything. So one of the top manager guys goes, "Well, I'll go out to a thing with you, and then we'll try and sell one." So we go to this old lady's house. She's like 80. She answers the door and she's like, "I'm really sorry, I forgot to cancel this. My husband passed away last week, and I've been a little frazzled." And I'm like, "Okay, that's cool. We'll come back." And the guy's like, "Well, no. While we're here, let me just show you." And starts kind of forcefully going in the door, and he sets down all the vacuum stuff. and there's pipes and everything just all over. They're clattering all over the rug, and she's like, well, I really don't want to do this. He's like, oh no, we'll be really quick. Don't worry about it. So I'm telling him, I'm like, dude, this doesn't feel right. Let's just go. And he's like, no. So he starts describing everything, and you can tell she's looking around. She's trying to get a reason for us to leave. She's starting to tear up, and I stood up and I went, we're done, ma'am. I'm really sorry about this. We have to go. And the guy's like, well, no, hang on a second. And I go, no, we're done. And so I gave him the bird right in his face, and I walked out. Well, the part I didn't tell you is I drove him there.
No way, you left him.
I just left.
So get this. I actually heard about that story, and he actually made the sale. What he did was he accidentally knocked over her husband's ashes and said, I have a perfect thing for that.
I was gonna go. That's the joke I was gonna say. I was like, you knock over the ashes or something like that?
No, I creeped. I waited like 5 minutes, and then I creeped around the other side of the block to see. And there he was walking down the sidewalk with like $2,000 worth of vacuum. He's trying to carry down the sidewalk because this is before cell phones. You can call for a ride.
Wow.
So I quit.
Yeah.
Man,
that's a good story.
What about you, Pierce?
So I worked at a chicken place, and
are you talking about like if this chicken place was a person? Let's say it would be like a sailor who would go like and eat like spinach.
Sure, but I left on pretty good terms. But I like to still go out with a bang. So there was a product line that only I knew how to program.
And you had sex with it.
And it had digital like text to tell you like what the product was, like whether it was meat or seafood, and it would tell you all those things. And I was the only one that knew how to program it. And I basically programmed it to say, fuck sailor who likes spinach. So I said, yeah.
Okay, I get it. Okay. So and that's it. And then you just
walked out,
stayed
there
dropped the drumstick.
It stayed there for weeks because nobody knew how to reprogram it. And it was visible to customers walking in.
No way.
So I received some phone calls a few weeks later.
Did they know that you did it?
They knew that I was the only one that knew how to program it. And my alibi was that before I left, I taught everyone how to program it. But nobody knew how to do it.
You should have made it print out on the fucking
You had like the leverage, man. You could have Fight Clubbed them.
You're gonna need to elaborate on that. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, you know, like when people. Okay, I have a friend of mine who pretty much Fight Clubbed her job. You know, she like blackmailed them.
Starts punching herself in the face?
I don't know about that, but she blackmailed him to the point where she could just work at home. That's all she did, and she still got like paychecks sent in. Like she worked still, but just at home. She never had to go into work at all.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know what she did exactly, but she pretty much Fight Clubbed them. Dude, like fucking.
So you could have just said, so every day that's gonna be there. Send me my daily rate, and if a check's never in the mailbox, it goes back up on the sign.
Yeah, you could have done that, dude.
Fuck sailor that eats
flaming.
Yeah, I don't think I quit in a creative way. I mean, there was this one time where I was working at a place called Moondoggies. It was one of my first jobs at the block in Orange. And I had to wear stupid fucking Hawaiian shirts, and I would sell dogs. I would get people to finance dogs through Wells Fargo, like from $1,500 to $4,000, and I convinced them to finance the dogs. But there was this one time where one of my coworkers was just like, "Fuck this place, I'm walking out," and I was like, "Okay, I'm going to," and I just threw my I threw my fucking button-up Hawaiian shirt at the boss and walked out the door. But that was the most I've ever done. But yeah, anyway. Let's start a company. Let's do that out here. I'm sure people want us to quit for them.
Yeah.
But we'll do it in creative ways instead of just like coming in and quitting. We'll have like a mariachi band come in.
I was gonna say, like, I've always wanted to, cause you know, like when girls like, "Oh, I hate my job," like, come get me. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I always tell them like, I can go over there and like just pretend to be like a robber or something like that, and just fucking like kidnap you out of work so you don't have to work, kind of thing. Wouldn't that be a cool way to quit? Just like never show up again?
No, because then the cops would get called on you.
Nah, that'd be cool.
David, you would not survive in prison. You'd be
I
passed
think you
around,
need to think your
you'd be
plan.
passed around like currency.
Yeah, like currency, like what you said. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be passed around like currency. All right, let's talk about a reboot real quick. So the Rugrats are coming back. The Rugrats.
Are they coming back as in the age they're supposed to be, or are they making an all new Rugrats?
No, they're little. They're still going to be the same. So Nickelodeon announced that they signed on for 26 new episodes and a live-action movie. So we mentioned earlier live-action. Burr, you talked about Wiley Coyote possibly being live-action. A lot of people are jumping on that live-action bandwagon. So this is one of them. So there's an image that was released. Pierce, you have that image I sent you?
I do. What image?
Is that Sheeran playing
Son of a bitch. Not that.
Oh.
There you go. So.
Oh, is that
So that's
Chucky?
that's the Peanuts movie, isn't it? That's a Peanuts movie animation.
Yeah. So this is actually a fan made thing, but I just thought it was pretty cool.
That would be cool if it looked like that.
It's not actually coming. But yeah, they're still speculating on what the actual animation style is going to be. But this Chucky Finster looks pretty interesting, and it's gotten a lot of notoriety for this photo. So
that's what I was thinking of. Like, is Ed Sheeran playing Chucky?
What'd you say, Brad?
Why can't they? Why didn't they just go with the whole? No, those kids grew up, and these are those kids now. The kids
that would
have
be cool.
kids.
Like the kids of the kids.
The kids of the kids.
Yeah,
they should.
Tommy's grandpa now. That'd be cool.
They all have like real life adult problems.
I was about to do fucking Hey Arnold's grandpa's voice. Hey, short man. That is not the same grandpa. Man. I still think it's pretty interesting though, and actually, my kids still watch Rugrats on Hulu. Josh has a little Tommy Pickles that he walks around with all the time. Kids are still into it.
I love E.G. Daily. I don't know if that counts.
Oh yeah, dude, she's a fucking great voice actress. You know who she is, David? You know voice actors. E.G. Daily. She does Tommy's voice.
No.
Okay, let me see. I'm not gonna look it up real quick.
Here, I got one.
Is she
Come on, Pee-wee. I can't do anything with you, Dottie. I'm a loner. I'm a rebel.
Like, haha, like that guy?
It was Dottie on Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, really?
Oh, no way. She was?
Yeah.
Oh,
she also sang in Better Off Dead when they went to the prom. That was her on the concert.
I remember when she was like there's like a song of hers I think that's on like Grand Theft Auto too. I remember hearing. I mean, her voice is very, I know.
She lost on The Voice. I got E.G. Daily News all over, yo.
Really? Yeah. So let's talk about some of the other characters. I know. What is she? Is she Bubbles?
Or is Powerpuff Girls?
Gotta be or is she Buttercup? If she's Buttercup, then she's Raven, because I know the same person does that. She's Harley Quinn too, isn't she?
Oh.
No, she was top Harley Quinn.
I'm pretty sure she's done Harley Quinn voices, and either I'm thinking of
should I just look it
up, or the girl who does the voice of Timmy Turner.
What's her name?
Tara something. Tara.
EJ.
E.G. Daily.
E.G. Whatever.
E.G. I think Harley Quinn is Tara, the voice of Timmy Turner. What the fuck is her name?
Timmy Turner.
Ryder?
Timmy O'Toole.
She did Buttercup, yeah. She did Buttercup. Dottie. She did Babe from Babe Pig in the City. Yep.
So I was thinking of Tara Strong. So when I said Bubbles, so she does Buttercup then, because Tara Strong.
Yeah, that's who's the other one I was thinking of.
Yeah, Tara Strong.
She's got quite the resume.
But yeah, she's in a E.G. Daly's in a fuck ton of stuff too. I've always wanted to get into voice acting. Too bad I suck.
I want to do that too. We should focus on getting into voice acting, man.
Let's do it, man. We could do it remotely and work from home, and we wouldn't have to quit,
Ever.
But Rugrats, did you guys hear about that conspiracy theory where they say that Angelica was supposedly like fucking crazy and everybody else was dead and she like imagined something like that?
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah. Dude, there's a bunch of
theories.
There's a bunch of conspiracy theories, and we have our conspiracy theorist here on the show, which is David, who's going to talk to us about the Mandela Effect that he didn't fucking plan for at all, right? If I'm not mistaken, David.
Right up.
Nope.
I think maybe in another alternate reality. What?
I could probably do a quick Google search and help you talk about it.
David, you had one thing, and you have nothing to talk about.
Dude, I got drunk, man. Anyways, look, I can talk about it. Don't worry.
You were going to talk about it on the last show. There's nothing you remember off the top of your head?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, if anybody who tuned in on last week's episode, how did we bring up the Mandela Effect last week?
Ninja Turtles.
Was it?
Was that what it was?
Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
And, like, I freaked out saying it was a Mandela
Hey, that's
Effect.
why it says the brain underneath your fucking name.
Is the brain? I think it says wild card, dumbass.
I'm talking about fucking Pierce. That's why it
Wild
doesn't
card.
say the brain underneath your name.
Yours says wild card because sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't.
Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. Who cares? So, the Mandela Effect is this whole... They call it like false memory, like a collective mass false memory that people have. And sometimes people, they try to explain it in ways that, like, they either think that there's theories going on about why some of us remember things as they were, and most people don't remember it. For example, do you guys remember that movie Shazam?
I do remember it. I did a little bit of research a long time ago, and I knew about this whole thing.
It was like there was a movie where Shaq was a genie, but at the same time, I remember there being another movie called was it Shazam, right?
Kazam.
Something like that.
Yeah, with Sinbad.
Sinbad,
was
yeah.
the genie. But then Sinbad says he was never in a movie where he was a genie.
So get this. Did you see that clip? Did you see that clip where they recreated what it would have looked like? And Sinbad was like they did like a little clip of it, and it was Sinbad as the genie, and everyone was like, "Holy shit, it's confirmed! Like it's real."
Yeah.
And I like even when I looked at the images, I was like, "Shit, that looks so familiar." But
yeah, dude,
still,
I remember seeing posters of that when I was a kid. You know.
Here's my thing: is I have no idea who Sinbad is other than that I thought he was Shazam.
No, he was on Good Burger. You don't remember Good Burger? He was on a bunch of shit.
Jingle All the Way. He was in Jingle All the Way with he was like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh yeah, he was his nemesis, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, he was a sidekick.
In the 80s. Sinbad's the best comedian in the 80s, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Pierce was born in like '93.
I'm 92. Yeah.
92.
Okay, so other examples of the Mandela Effect was KitKat, the candy bar KitKat. Most people remember there being an actual hyphen between the T and the K, and then now what we see is just an extended part of the T.
Kit-cat is what you're saying. People remember. See, and this is my thing. There's always things that people say are like are wrong, but it's never things you really pay attention to.
I remember seeing KitKat with the hyphen when I was a kid in between.
So Pierce is gonna pull some images up and put it up for people who are watching.
There you go.
But the thing is, it's things that are so small that could easily be mistaken.
Okay,
that's why I don't believe in the Mandela.
What about the Berenstain Bears? Now it's
exactly
Berenstain Bears, but I remember I have the books when I was a kid called Berenstain Bears.
That's what you called it, though.
No, because that's what it was on the fucking book.
Where's your book at?
I don't have it. I had it when I was a kid, dumbass.
It's just people filling in the blanks themselves. They, just like that, like Looney Tunes. Everybody knew it was Tunes because it was musical. Tunes. I knew that ever since I was a kid. I'm not mistaken on that, but people always thought it was Tunes because they're cartoons.
I think you remember a lot of the stuff the right way, Josh, because you pay attention to the details and you figure out what makes sense to you. No, well, I freaking grew up with him, so I know the way he looks at things.
It just makes sense. And I remember, the reason why I was so intrigued by this is because one time I was at a Relay for Life event, which is raising money for fighting cancer, and my mom, Pierce, and our sister Jessica call me, and my mom's like, Josh, what's the quote from Star Wars? And they're like, it's Luke, I am your father, right? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, no, that's not what it is anymore. And I'm like, okay, well, it's been parodied so much that maybe we have a false memory of it. Just like the, Lucy, you got some splaining to do. It's been parodied so much that we remember it differently because it's been parodied.
Yeah.
So I was saying all this stuff. And my mom asked me like to sing Mr. Rogers, and I was like, okay, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood or something like that.
Yeah.
And she was like, it's not the neighborhood, it's this neighborhood. I'm like, that's one fucking tiny little word that you guys are focusing on that you could have just misunderstood the whole time. Like, why are we freaking out about one tiny
People freak
thing?
out because multiple people remember it being the wrong way, and it ends up being a different way.
That's what they call like mass sort of false memory.
Yeah.
And people don't want to believe that everybody could forget, right?
There's a lot of theories going around about the Mandela Effect. Some of it is they're claiming that someone actually time traveled and fucked things up in our timeline.
that
Other
took
people
the
are-
hyphen out of
like
KitKat.
that.
They took the
Other
fucking
people-
hyphen out of KitKat.
People are claiming that when
How dare they do that?
that fucking research laboratory in CERN in Sweden, when they created the Hadron Collider, when they created another particle, that God particle, it pushed us into another reality that was closest to ours. So everything kind of got fucked up there. That's another theory.
I like the idea of some guy owning KitKat, and some guy went back in time,
Just
killed
take
that
fucking
dude,
hyphen out.
and just
It's like
took
in
the
like in
It also-
Time Machine.
also-
I'm sick of people saying Kit-Cat. Taking care of this now. So
Now
Nate
take
says,
stupid dash out of Spider-Man, and we'll all be good.
right, there you go. So one of our viewers, Nate, says at the end of "We Are the Champions" by Queen, it doesn't say "of the world," and it makes sense that we we remember it wrong, of course, because during that he does say "of the world," but at the very, very end he does not.
Yeah.
So he says it throughout the song, but just not at the very end. I'm just saying, it's easy to fucking remember things wrong. Like,
Yeah.
I used to sing
Yeah.
instead of that, I think it's Shania Twain. Let's give them something to talk about. I used to say, let's get them something from Taco Bell. That doesn't mean that that's what it used to fucking say.
But imagine
You're gonna
if
make me want-
multiple
That's just
people.
what I said.
But imagine if multiple people thought that that's what it said, Josh. That'd be different, right? That's what's.
No.
That's what's.
Well,
I like
the whole
time travel, man. Next time somebody says I'm wrong, I'm like, no, somebody went back in time, screwed me up.
Fucking
yeah, dude. So the whole
Goddamn
thing about this Mandela Effect,
hand-drawn collider. What the fuck was that
Hadron
called?
Collider.
Hand-drawn. It was drawn by hand.
The whole thing got started because people remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 80s, when realistically he only died in 2013.
Yeah, but I don't remember.
So it's just this huge like confusion, like mass hallucination that people have.
I think people
I don't know,
also.
man. I like.
People also don't account for like production errors. Like with the Berenstain Bears, people probably were saying Berenstein, and then they they made a company do some illustrations for them, and then whoever did the illustrations spelled it a different way, right? And like maybe
That's true.
one product
But-
went out like that.
But hey, I got another thing for you guys. Betty White. When did she die?
She never died.
But how many times did you see that she died?
Oh, because people are just fucking around on the internet.
I'm
It's
saying
false.
it's been there a fucking fuck ton of times. Speaking
I
of people
think it's
dying,
happened though. I think it's happened though because a lot of people I know saw Batman v Superman and they were like, "It's great," and then when I went to go see it, I saw a different version than they did.
that's true. That's true.
It does exist.
Back in time. You know, Ricky just watched that movie and she was like, "It's not as bad as everybody says." So this is the
terrible.
thing: if you hype it up a lot, your expectations will be too high. But if everyone says it's garbage, you're gonna be like, "This
What a
movie's not
great
really-"
it's not that bad.
Yeah.
That's great.
Hey, the first time it's not that bad. The second, third, fourth time you realize it sucks. it's just not a good movie.
So there's David's conspiracy theory corner. We're gonna need you back on another show, David, talking about your conspiracy theories. I know you got a bunch up in that.
do
noodle.
homework this time.
Yeah, sure. Hey, maybe you did do homework and somebody went back in time and changed it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you. That's what happened.
And went back
Someone
in time
put
and got
alcohol
you
in me, and I was like, whoops, what?
So, did you guys hear about that conspiracy theory where Gwen Stefani is responsible for Donald Trump's election?
No, have not.
So, get this. She was on The Voice. She was the newest host on The Voice while he was still on Apprentice, Celebrity Apprentice, whatever, on that channel. What was it,
You were
ABC?
Still grabbing people on the pussy? Yeah.
It was ABC, though, right?
I don't know.
Anyway, network doesn't matter. He wanted to be the highest paid person on that network. And he basically ran for president to show that he's worth something to get paid more from the network. But once he started running for president, he took the platform of like calling Mexicans rapists and shit like that. and then ABC fucking cut him, and then he ended up just continuing with his run for president. So they're basically saying that Gwen Stefani and how much money she made is directly responsible for him being president right now.
So they're blaming a woman for this guy being president?
Yeah.
Okay.
So David, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and sing a Gwen Stefani song in Donald Trump's voice.
Oh shit! Okay.
On the fly.
Are you gonna do it?
Wait.
I should have
put a picture over my face. I don't want people to see my
Trump
face.
up. Put Trump up.
Yeah, put Trump up.
That'll give you time to think about the song.
Well, I know what to sing. I just gotta get my voice ready.
Wait a minute. What's wrong with Trump?
Everything.
Whoa.
Look, I am not a political person at all, so I don't vote for anybody and I don't have a party. But David,
I pursue with libertarianism, so
I don't know what the fuck that means. But go ahead.
Captain America.
Fucking the government.
Captain America.
Did you put the picture? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, huh. This is my ship. Oh, you rich around. I don't know the lyrics actually. Fuck.
What is that?
I don't know, dude. What's another? Give me another fucking Gwen Stefani song.
In the world.
Oh, there you go. That's a No Doubt song, not a Gwen Stefani song.
It's still sung by fucking Gwen Stefani.
Fuck you.
Hey, David, Trump's showing how big your fucking brain is right now.
Okay.
It's this small.
What? I don't fucking know any.
Was that your impression, Pierce?
That was my attempt.
It's this small. That's more Patrick.
You gotta really use your lips. You gotta really pucker them up. Let's see.
I'm not impressed by the imitation. I'd be more impressed. I just want to hear lyrics from her song. Because gun to my head, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I can't think of anything right now, dude. Josh, help me out. What's a good song?
I just said I'm just a girl. I don't know a lot of Gwen Stefani songs.
I'm just a girl. See? You can't fucking do it.
All right. Anyway, good job, David. Let's all give him a round of applause. No,
I'm just a girl in the world. I'm the best girl. I'm the best girl there is.
Literally, best girl.
Bert's taking it away from me. Thank you, Bert. Shit, saving my skin.
I'm just a girl in the world. I own the world. I'm literally the owner. It kind of goes to comic book guy when I start saying it. Literally the owner.
You should have did this shit is bananas.
That's what I was trying to think of, but I couldn't think of the fucking rest of the lyrics because it's all gibberish anyway.
Because you don't know how to spell
bananas. B-A-N-A-S-A-N.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You gotta fuck up spelling a little bit. B-A-N-A-N-A. B-A-N-A-S. Just trust me.
There's a lot of words, a lot of bananas being thrown around in that.
This. Hey, I got one. This is coffee. K-O-F-V F-E-F-E. What are you? Speaking of stupid, go ahead.
Have you seen the thing on Twitter where somebody put in his anonymous anonymous, where he's trying to pronounce anonymous?
Really? He can say anonymous?
He kept going ominous. Did this and then somebody put up Sesame Street.
You gotta see that shit.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch that. We'll post it up on our Facebook page later on. We'll find it. So speaking of stupid people, there's a Kuwait market that was shut down for faking the freshness of their fish. I don't know if you guys heard about this. Kuwait fish market. And it was shut down because they were faking the freshness of their fish. But how can you tell?
Googly eyes on them?
Yes. Fuck you, David. I have an image here. So you could tell if a fish is fresh by their eyes, right? You don't want those hazy eyes, and this is what that market did. They stuck googly eyes on it to make it look cartoonish, and apparently it did fool some people who took their fish home and the googly eyes fell off, and then they were like, wait a minute.
Something's not right here.
This fish has 4 eyes.
You deserve to get salmonella if you believe that.
They probably just take off the eyes when they're like putting it in the bag.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but they were selling that at a fucking market. So their rival markets were advertising that their fish is fresh and without cosmetics. They really took advantage of that.
That's funny, dude.
Did they talk too? Did the guy put it in the bag?
I can't believe nobody thought that was fishy.
Damn you, Pierce! I was trying to think of a joke.
I was trying to think of one too.
I could see that you were thinking of one, so I went ahead and helped you.
Okay, I can't think of one.
I can't think of another joke, dude.
This is crazy.
It's just not a week, man.
That place is really off the hook. There you go.
I want to create an online fishing store called Clickbait. Ha! I'll scale that. Don't worry.
Yeah.
That's the end of that story.
We gotta start a file. We gotta start a file. I'm gonna start saying file, and we're gonna file this shit, and we're gonna have like a greatest hits episode.
File.
Nothing but jokes. All right, so let's talk about what's new on Netflix. Let's talk about what's new on Netflix and Hulu. So Black Panther just got released to Netflix. Have you guys seen it?
I have.
I saw it in theaters, dude.
You saw it in theaters?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Tell me about it, because I haven't seen it yet. But it's on Netflix.
It's actually really good, dude. It's one of the better Marvel movies that they have. It's like entertaining, dude. It's like,
it is pretty.
You know, sometimes there's like that little lull in the movie, and you're like, this one didn't really have that. So just like, you know, it was entertaining and like it kept you captivated throughout.
And you don't have to know all the Marvel stuff either.
Yeah.
No, that's just love about the Marvel universe. You could just go in and then just kind of you pick it up as you go along. It's not that confusing to you. You're like, oh. Okay.
Oh, this guy shoots
You just
webs.
start wherever you want.
Oh, this guy is flying around. All right, yeah, that's believable. Yeah.
But dude, think about this though. That just came out in February.
I know, they released it so soon.
Yeah.
Because now things are on demand, dude. People want that shit like now. It's crazy how quick movies are coming out.
Well, no, that did. Never mind.
Well, what?
Nothing. Just kidding. Another thing I'm watching on Netflix because I'm done streaming everything that I was streaming before. By the way, I'm on season 28 of The Simpsons.
Jeez.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, I started at number one.
Have you calculated how many?
I started at number one, and we.
Hours you
How many
wasted?
hours?
Yeah.
No, I have no idea. But we started at number one. We've seen every single episode. We're on season 28 right now. Because normally when they do all the episodes, they run it 24 hours a day until it's done. And we've been watching. We've been watching them from episode 1 all the way to where we are now. So, we're well past 600 right now.
Do you feel enlightened?
Yeah. So there are honestly like. During watching them on TV, there are some episodes that I've missed that I was like, I don't remember this episode at all.
And they were good?
We're getting into season 27, so I know I've seen 27, 28, 29. Season 30 is starting pretty soon. But I am seriously going to start my fucking campaign of fuck Marge because Marge is a bitch, dude. She's a total fucking bitch. Homer should have left fucking Mindy a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever see that show Malcolm in the Middle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great show and I watched it, but now I can't because I hate the mom so much.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jane Kazmarin or something.
Oh.
Do you hate her because she's the judge on fucking on The Simpsons?
Yes.
Why do you hate her?
She's just awful and just naggy. When I was watching it, it was great. And then I go back and I'm like, why did I watch this?
Yeah,
Kill her.
I totally agree. And see, that's the same thing with me and Marge, dude. Marge is such a bitch. Just watch it. Like, Homer, there's times where Homer's had, like, all kinds of money, and she's like, homie, maybe you should give that back. Like, just, why the fuck are we giving the money back? What the fuck, man?
That was actually pretty good, man.
Oh, thanks.
That was pretty good.
Unauthorized Homer Simpson. All right. So another show I've been watching is Shameless. A lot of people have been talking about Shameless, like people that I know, and I never fucking watched it. And we just started watching it today. I think we are like 5 or 6 episodes in right now. But it's actually a pretty fucking good show. Like when you got to give it a chance. But Pierce, are you sleeping?
I am not.
Yeah, it's a pretty good show though. Have you guys seen it?
Sleeping on the job.
Have you guys seen
That's your job.
I don't sleep at this job.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't watched
Pierce is gonna hire a Japanese company to come quit for him pretty soon.
It's gonna be a Japanese Pierce filling in for him, like, oh, so sorry, and start clicking everything off.
I was just reading comments. Apparently, someone is very angry that you do not like Marge. She uprooted her life to move to Alaska because Homer messed things up.
Oh no! Who said that?
We're gonna start a war.
I don't see that. No. You need to rewatch all the episodes. Marge has
Nobody had that kind of time like you did.
Yes, they do. Marge has tried cheating on Homer like a fuck ton of times too.
Yeah,
like she was about to cheat with Jacques. Like fucking season 1, she was gonna cheat on that.
Yeah,
guy.
Fuck yeah. Fuck Marge.
She's still got a good body.
She's like dreaming about other guys all the time. You remember that time where she's like reading a book and she's like, Lisa, you quit blowing my sex. I mean,
your sex.
Your sex. Remember? She's just. Oh my God, she's like the worst person for
After
Homer.
3 kids, she's still got a good body.
That's true. That's true. But Mindy didn't have any kids, so upgrade. You know what I'm saying?
I still like to think that Homer did cheat on Marge with Mindy. I still like to think.
He totally should have, man. Mindy was the best. He should have left.
I want
maybe
stretched out
maybe
Marge.
like at the end he will. What'd you say about stretching out Marge?
I said I want that T-shirt that he has. It's stretched out Marge face.
Oh yeah. So anyway, on Hulu, there's something that we watched only a couple episodes on. It's called Castle Rock, and George from our show recommended Castle Rock, and I did watch a couple episodes. Have you guys seen that?
I recommended it. What the fuck, dude? I've been watching.
It's pretty slow.
It is slow, and it's based off of Stephen King's Shawshank Redemption, right?
Not necessarily.
Based on everything.
Yeah, it's like, just the town of Castle Rock where Shawshank is.
Gotcha.
And it ties in a lot of Stephen King's other novels. They make references to certain things, like
the dog was supposed to be related to Cujo.
Cujo, yeah.
Oh, shit.
One of the characters is actually related to Jack Nicholson's character in The Shining, Jack Torrance.
Yeah, that's right.
And what's his name? Skarsgård is like a main character in it, isn't he?
Yeah,
the guy who played it.
Yeah, the guy who plays the new Pennywise the Clown is in this show. And it's strange how he shows up. The whole show kind of revolves around him, essentially, but we still don't know who he is, where he's from, or what the fuck his name is, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
But
yeah, he claimed to be under someone else's name. I haven't watched that many episodes of it, so.
Did you listen to Fat Man on Batman?
Have we what?
Did you listen to Fat Man on Batman?
No, I haven't listened to the most recent one.
Because the Mark Bernard, the co-host, he apparently has written some episodes, and yeah, he was talking about how much stuff is from books, and yeah, there's like a ton of little references all over the place.
Everywhere. You have to watch the episodes, and then there's a guy on YouTube, I don't know what it is, but it's like, what episode you just watched explained, and then all the little Easter eggs you might have missed, so it helps you understand the show a bit better and what's going on. So it helps to watch that afterwards, after you watch an episode.
Damn. I'll watch
so it's like Talking Dead, basically.
Essentially, but on YouTube, and without that guy, Chris Hardwick, who's a terrible person.
Oh, hey, they
They
cleared
the show?
They cleared his name. They cleared his name. He's okay.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he apologized, right?
No, his ex was making fucking false claims against him.
Really?
Well, I'm glad he got cleared, if that's the case.
Yeah, they cleared him. Anyway, speaking of crazy towns like Castle Rock, let's talk about Spokane real quick. I have some images that I sent to Pierce. Let me pull them up so I could actually read them too. So we always talk about Spokane news because it's a crazy place I live in. So the first one is it was reported that a vegan protester was hit by a carriage, which I didn't even think there were fucking carriages around anymore. But and it specifies that it was a vegan too, and I don't know if it's a vegan person protesting or a person protesting veganism. But
they knew he was a vegan because as soon as they found him, he said, "I'm a vegan."
Right? It's like a CrossFit.
I'm an atheist.
I do CrossFit.
They're like, we need to give you a blood transplant. That better not be animal blood.
Yeah, right.
Are you okay? I don't even own a television.
All right, what's that next one, Pierce?
I like how they spelled Delta wrong.
Caller reports a male tried to attack her. He exposed himself to her and bit her face.
Whoa, Mike Tyson.
Just the kind of shit that comes on in Spokane. But,
Law enforcement
they actually released an image of this person, so Pierce, go ahead and show that image. Here it is.
Wait, I can't see the picture.
Even better.
Oh, it's you. It's you, David.
Hey, can you guys wait a minute? I need to make a call.
Wait, it's me?
It's you. It says another
Wait. It was from when we did the breaking news segment.
I think it's even better that he was absolutely clueless to it. We should have just.
There's no picture that's up for me, dude. Why don't you guys? Oh, come on! You guys could have made a Cape Fear reference. It could have been Robert De Niro, but whatever.
Oh man! All right, here's another one. Stabbing reported. There was a stabbing reported, reporting that a suspect thought the victim was eating his dead baby, so he stabbed him.
Oh my god!
What?
How did the baby die?
Suspect is detained, and it doesn't appear any babies were injured. So some guy was just like, "You're eating my dead baby," and
so this all just happens in that place.
Yes, yes.
I think you're down to New Castle Rock, dude.
Yeah, I think I have more. Do I have more?
Yeah,
you had
a lot.
Was right before this happened was some guy like poking pizza, and then he was separating it. And...
Right.
Oh yeah.
All the shit your friends were doing. Whoa, what a callback, right?
Damn.
Okay, here's another one. Male not wearing any pants is slumped over. Update. Female left the scene and returned. She is requesting medics for a urinary tract infection.
Oh.
What? Well, why medics? Why are medics coming?
Also, why do they have to report that?
I don't know.
Right?
This is all shit that happens. I have one more for you guys.
Dude, it's Spokane. We get like 4 months of summer. You got to be naked when you can.
Yeah, so much shit happens over here. So another one, caller reporting her adult son accidentally sprayed himself in the face with bear mace.
Okay, Dwight.
Because that's what happened. Bear mace. Which brings me to remember that one time, David. Remember that one time when you fucking pepper sprayed yourself in the face?
Yeah.
It always brings up a question of how does one accidentally spray themselves in the face with pepper spray?
You want to talk about that story about who we were with? And who had pepper spray?
I really don't remember it, so yeah, go ahead.
Okay, dude, here we go. So
buckle up.
Yeah, dude, you sure?
Katie Baby says, look up Florida Man's Twitter. That's definitely something we're going to be looking at. We'll talk about that in the next episode. So, David, go ahead. How'd you...
While Josh was married to his ex, we went on a movie date or something. He wanted me to drive while they just kind of like, fooled around in the back, this girl that he was not married to. So then, as I'm driving her car, I have the keys and I see this pink canister. And I'm like, what the fuck is this, mace? As I spray as we're walking into the liquor store. And it kind of got my face a little bit. I'm like, fuck, what the fuck? And she's like, yeah, that is mace. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, I'm driving now. Like, I can't do anything. But yeah, that was one of the girls that that you were hanging out with whilst being married.
I'm pretty sure that was Monique.
No.
Who was that?
I think her name was Jamie.
Jamie? Who the fuck was Jamie?
Thin white girl, glasses.
It was Monique in your front yard.
Nope.
You're retarded.
Oh, that was another girl.
You a dummy, man.
No, Monique never had pepper spray, dude.
Oh, okay. Anyway, David pepper sprayed himself in the face. That's the point.
Anyway, Josh likes to cheat, so who really wins here?
But yeah, so what the fuck was I gonna say? God dang it! I was gonna make another joke about this, David. Oh yeah, you were trying to build your tolerance because just in case someone was trying to spray you while you were trying to rape them. That's what I was Boom, brought it back. All right, so we have Burr on the show, and Burr actually has his own podcast, and I wanted to give him a little bit of a minute to talk about that. So let's talk about your show, Burr. What kind of stuff do you what do you talk about? What's your show about?
Like the first act, it's just basically me and my wife just talk about whatever happened, movies we saw, or just dumb crap that we've seen in the world. Then I do some celebrity news, and then I do something back when I was doing the radio. I call it Nearly News, and it's just it's like little crap like this. I stole the Scan BC from Kevin Smith. We'll read some of those weird things. And
Scan BC, what's that?
It's a Twitter account, dude. And it's from Canada. And it has some of the most... There's a lot of fires and stabbings, but there's a lot of naked people running around also.
Oh,
Isn't
shit.
it cold up there? What the fuck?
Go to Twitter and look up ScamBC.
Hey,
just keep scrolling.
If they see you at your smallest, they'll want you at your biggest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my smallest is my biggest.
Oh, man. So where can we find your show?
Just type in Burr Martin Experience and over at pantspending.com or iTunes or wherever. I've tried to label myself everywhere.
Nice. Pants Pending.
Good.
That's kind of similar to our sponsor, which is Wait, we don't have a sponsor.
It's just pending.
Like, we don't have a sponsor.
It's pending. Our sponsor's pending. That's right.
I don't know. It was shirts off at the beginning. Is it shirts pending? Maybe.
Want to do that?
Oh yeah, shit. Nobody knew David didn't have a shirt earlier. We're trying to stay on YouTube and not get fucking banned like David gets banned everywhere else.
I could just black out my nipples, like put tape over, you know, through the nipples.
Yeah, there you go. And at the end, rip them off.
Oh, I have hair on my nipples too, dude. I'll do that next week.
Oh,
I don't think anyone wants to see that.
Yeah, everybody wants that, David. All right. So before we say goodnight, let's take a look at some Facebook memories. I think I only have a couple of these. That's not it. It's no longer politically correct to call tweakers tweakers. They are called Mexican Americans. Just so you guys know, going forward, Mexican Americans. And here's one, David, that was sent to you before, if I'm not mistaken.
Sent to me?
No, I'm just kidding. Your name's not Eric. So it says couples costume idea for us, and it's Supergirl and Freddy Krueger. And then the guy says, those two things don't go together. And he said, neither do we, Eric. Goodbye. Nice way to break it up. I think that's the last one. Yeah, that's the last one.
Creative
We just had a Chinese firm call him and say we're broke up.
Right?
Right?
Oh, it's over.
He does not love me anymore.
It's no more for you. She don't like you. She don't lie.
Mama, what's that for you?
Oh, man. All right, anyway, so next week we got my buddy Anthony on the show. We're going to be drinking Stella Artois. If anybody will go fucking get the drink with me, anyway.
No.
Special thanks to the Speakeasy team, George Vader, Ricky, David, Pierce, Nathan, and of course, special thanks to you, Burr, for being on the show. Really appreciate it, man. It was a great time. Can you see what's on the screen, by the way, Burr? Can you read us out?
Oh. Barely.
Is it too
Here, hang
small?
on.
Is it too small?
You know that scene in Star Trek where Kirk's trying to put in the number to put down the shields for the Reliant, and he breaks out his glasses? That's how I feel every time. They're going to break out glasses. Hey, thanks for watching. Like and comment and subscribe. And the rest of that crap is way too small.
Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. The Speakeasy Gentlemen is where we're at. Find us on all audio for our shows on Podbean and iTunes. And, of course, if you want to be on the show, contact us at pajoshpodcast@gmail.com. Pierce, is that right?
Yeah.
I don't even know our fucking email. But if you want to be on the show, reach out to us. Thanks, Burr, for being on. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Night.